Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos talks retirement, long-distance relationships. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is getting closer to the end of her journey. The season finale will air next week, November 13. Prior to that happening, she is doing some interviews about where she stands on certain things. One of those things is having a long-distance relationship. She also talked about retirement. What did Joan have to say? Keep reading to find out more. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos talks long distance. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is talking about how she will handle the fact that she and her final rose winner do not live in the same state. It's been pointed out that younger stars of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette do not have as many roots and can easily pick up their lives and move. When it comes to the leads for the Golden Bachelor and the Golden Bachelorette, most of them have already established a life somewhere. They have careers and, in most cases, families that they do not want to leave. This is also true for Joan. She spoke with Parade about her own career and how she feels about long-distance relationships. Joan isn't against long distance at all. In fact, she thinks there could be positives in it and also a lot of fun. She further explained that it's fine to have a long-distance relationship, especially if you have the time and resources to do it. Joan thinks it could be fun, and each of them would just take turns going to each other's homes. Is Joan ready to retire? Many wonder if Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is ready to retire. She also shared the answer to that question. She said that right now she is still a school administrator in Maryland. Joan has been on a leave of absence from work and knows she has to go back soon. She's gotten to do so many things and knows that she still has a job to go back to. So for now, Joan is not making a decision on retirement. Joan Vassos, one of the standout women from the Golden Bachelorette, has captured viewers' hearts with her wisdom, charm, and inspiring outlook on life and love. Now, with the season behind her, Joan is opening up about her journey on the show, her thoughts on retirement, and the unique challenges of dating at this stage in life, particularly when it comes to the realities of long-distance relationships. Joan, a retired educator, has spent much of her life inspiring others, and stepping onto the Golden Bachelorette was her latest endeavor in embracing new challenges. She smiles, recalling the experience. When I heard about the Golden Bachelorette, I thought, why not? She says. I felt like I had so much to give and share at this stage in my life. So many women my age are at a crossroads, wondering what the next step should be. I wanted to show them that it's never too late for new adventures, or for love. Her leap into retirement, though, hasn't exactly been a resting phase. For Joan, it's a time of reinvention. She described her approach to retirement not as a period of slowing down, but rather of pursuing all the things she once set aside. I wanted to fill my days with meaning, to focus on the things that make me happy, the relationships that matter, and to find new ways of contributing, she says. In her eyes, retirement doesn't mean withdrawing from life. It's the opposite. It's about saying yes to new things. Joan has always been active, and her curiosity is boundless. From taking dance classes to painting workshops, she's determined to keep her life dynamic and full of joy. Retirement doesn't have to mean the end of dreams, she insists. It's just the beginning of different ones. On the show, she was transparent about her desire to share her life with someone who understood this mindset, a partner who would appreciate the spontaneity and adventure she was seeking. But as Joan knows well, reality often complicates romantic dreams. Long-distance relationships, especially later in life, present unique hurdles. When you're younger, distance can be challenging, but it's usually easier to relocate or shift your priorities for a partner, she notes. But when you're a little older, you have established lives, families, routines, and sometimes even health concerns that tie you to a specific place. It's not as easy as packing a suitcase and moving. She explains that her grown children and close-knit circle of friends are all based in her hometown, creating a strong anchor there. She believes these connections are not just social but are vital to her well-being. Leaving my community would be tough, Joan admits. It's where I've built my life, and those roots mean a lot to me. Yet, the Golden Bachelorette gave Joan new perspective on making a relationship work despite the miles. Love has a way of surprising us, she says with a gentle smile. During her time on the show, Joan found herself deeply connecting with someone who lived halfway across the country. She discovered the power of digital communication, spending hours on video calls and long phone conversations, learning to cherish every moment they could share virtually. Joan explains that being in a long-distance relationship at her age requires intentionality, a commitment to put in the time, even if it's unconventional. Joan also laughs about the practical challenges of long-distance dating in today's tech-focused world. I've had to get comfortable with apps I never thought I'd use, she admits. She explains that she had to learn how to navigate messaging and video calls, sometimes struggling with the technology but finding humor in her mistakes. My grandkids have been my best tech support, she says, chuckling. What surprised Joan most was that the distance actually brought her closer to her partner in some ways. Without physical proximity, they had to rely on communication, building trust, and sharing more about their lives than they might have if they'd been living nearby. It forced us to talk about everything, our families, our values, our hopes, and even our fears, she shares. In some ways, the distance was a gift. We built something meaningful from afar, and that's a foundation you can't fake. When it comes to giving advice to other retirees or empty nesters who are considering love but feeling hesitant, Joan offers her favorite mantra: be brave enough to show up for yourself. She encourages others to not let age or location define their possibilities. If you're open, life will surprise you. The right person will come along, but you have to be willing to take a chance, whether it's a new activity, a new city, or just a new mindset. Joan has discovered that in her golden years, relationships are no longer about fulfilling society's expectations or pleasing anyone else. They're about connection, joy, and living authentically. I don't need a partner to complete me, she says. I want someone who enhances my life, who brings laughter and warmth, but also someone who understands that I'm a whole person as I am. Reflecting on the future, Joan is pragmatic. She knows that even the best long-distance relationship requires compromise. We're still figuring out what makes sense for us. We have to balance our own lives, families, and commitments, she explains. They're considering options, like splitting time between their homes or even creating new traditions that allow them to spend seasons together. We're taking it day by day, she says. For now, we're making it work in our own way, and that's enough. One thing is clear. Joan is enjoying every moment of her journey, and she's learned that retirement is far from a slowing down period. It's a new chapter, one she's filling with love, laughter, and courage. I used to think life would settle down after retirement, she says with a wink, but now I'm not so sure, and honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way. Joan Vassos' story reminds us all that love and adventure don't have an expiration date. Whether she's hiking, laughing with friends, or exploring the world of long-distance relationships, Joan's zest for life continues to inspire.